I had always liked the rain, and I never knew why. I mean, the Pony Dash had told me that her first job was being in charge of the weather for Ponyville. One Pegasus, in charge of directing weather for an entire town. That was awesome, though not as awesome as their purse as a Wonderball. I had seen them fly, and I gotta tell you, that was the ultimate in cool. I was sitting in the crook of my favourite tree in Sweet Apple Acres. The entire Apple family was out of town for a rodeo, and I had agreed to watch the place for them. Now, I love sports. Even people who don't know me can tell. I can spout off statistics and records for dozens of teams from various different sports types. But rodeos? I just don't understand. Mostly from lack of trying, I'll be the first to admit. Most of what I know had been gleaned from AJ when she was gearing up for it, riding her horse a few extra hours, practicing roping and herding with Winona, and racing around bales of hay set out in an empty paddock. Most of it revolved around time, I think, but I had never been to one. I really should one of these times after all. I mean, AJ was my girlfriend, and she had been out on the sidelines of my trial games for entrance into the Northern Region Soccer Academy, and the tryouts for the professional teams that paid for your time there. I probably owed it to her. Actually, no probably about it. Next rodeo, I'll get Fluttershy to watch the farm while we're gone. The rain continued to pour down. Not hard, but not light either. It was the type of rain that could lull you to sleep listening to it. The tree I was in provided plenty of shade in the day, but deflected almost no rain as it came down. My clothes had long since soaked through, but it was a summer's rain, warm and relaxing. I stood slightly in the tree, feeling the magic pulsing in me as I ponied up, feeling the strange sensations involved. The warm heat in my skull as my ears repositioned, and the ear canals reshaped. My scalp tingled as my hair grew, and an itching sensation between my shoulder blades heralded the appearance of my wings. I gave a hard flap of my wings and soared up into the iron-grey sky above the orchards. I tilted my head back, feeling the rain wash over my face and obscure the wetness that had nothing to do with the weather. Today was her birthday. Dad was going to visit her in Cloudsdale, but I wasn't able to go with him. I'd given my word that I'd watch the place, feed the pigs, and make sure that other small daily chores were done. My word. I'd sooner never fly again than break a promise to AJ. So I floated there, feeling the weight of so many worries washed away and leaving two images in my head. Mum and AJ. Mum, I whispered, my wings beating gently. I'm sorry I couldn't stop by today. I'm sure you'd understand why if you knew. I think you'd like Applejack. She's a real stand-up girl, and she's been whipping me into shape, both for soccer and in life. Personally, I don't mind that I'm going a bit country. It's part of why I like her. She's hard-working and honest, and she's making me be the same. I sighed and wiped some of the mix of rain and tears away. I hope you're proud, Mum, I said, fighting a sob. I've never broken my word till today, and it was between coming to see you or watch the farm. I'll stop by when the apples get back, but I just wanted you to know I'm sorry. A small break in the clouds let a sunbeam through, spotlighting me as the rain continued to pour down. I smiled. Happy birthday, Mum, I said, unable to stop the sob this time as the rain continued to fall. A rain to wash the world clean, it seemed. Rainbow! A voice called up to me. Looking down, I saw AJ standing there with an umbrella. I dropped to the ground. I thought you had a rodeo. I started in confusion. What are you doing back here? Fluttershy told me about your mom, she said, a small look of anger crossing her face. How come you didn't tell me today was her birthday? I told you I'd watch the farm, I said, turning away slightly so she couldn't tell which of the water on my face was the rain and which were tears. I don't go back on my word, AJ. You know that. You're doing it right now, she retorted. I winced and glanced down. I felt a hand on my shoulder. Come on, Ace, she whispered. We'll go together. But your competition, I said, not looking at her. Cloudsdale is a good 2 hours in the wrong direction. I gotta buy in the first round, she said. There ain't a thing I can do till tomorrow, and this is important. I stood there for a moment, indecision wearing, with gratitude inside. AJ, I said, smiling as I released the pony form. No need, she said, smiling and rubbing the back of her fingers across my cheek. She then cupped it and brushed her thumb across it, wiping away some rain and the last few tears. No need to say it. We started to walk to the truck she had idling nearby. She glanced at me as she laced her fingers into mine. So, what's up with flying in the rain? She asked. I know you got better sense than that. I don't know, I answered as we climbed into the truck. I've always been fond of it. I'd go for walks in it, dance in it, sit up for hours watching it. Dad says Mum's favourite weather was rain, so I guess maybe when I was little I figured that if I was out in the rain, I'd be with my mum. AJ gave a sad little smile at that. Sugar Cube, she said. I can understand that just fine. The trip was quiet as we made our way to wish my mother a happy birthday. Say, I spoke up as the thought entered my head. We never did introduce you to my dad, did we? I smiled as I heard her gulp next to me as the rain continued to pour down. A rain to wash the sorrow away.